Alright, so on today's list of Grand Wagoneer problems, we had a dead battery this morning. At first, I want to point out I could not figure out how to get into the car. I had to research that to figure out where the keyhole was. When you open up the door handle, there is a hidden keyhole. You have to open up the door handle, and then it's at an angle, and then you can take the manual key out of your fob and open it that way. Now, I do recommend that you have a 10 millimeter socket ratchet ready to go, just in case you need to pull the battery off, because if you can get your battery to take some juice, as soon as the battery comes on and you open up that door with the door locked, your car alarm is going to go off as soon as you hook up power to that battery. There might be some example where you can't get the car started, because that's the only way to turn the alarm off, is to get in and activate the car with the fob. So there's that. Be ready for that just in case. In my case, I was able to hook up the jumper pack, and it did take it almost started. So I got the jumper pack hooked up, the car alarm went off, and I got in real quick, and I hit start, and it started to turn over, and it just wasn't enough, and then it faulted the, it was like a little bit too much for the jump pack to handle. So I reset the jump pack, hooked it back up, tried it again. At this point, the car already registered the fob and turned the alarm off, so I didn't have that to worry about. So I reset the jumper pack, and this time I was able to get the car to fire, and now we have this error here. But I think it's just mad simply because the battery was dead. I'm honestly afraid to stop and turn the engine off at this point, because I want to drive it and get a good charge on it. So yeah, I'm not going to listen to it and stop and shut the car off until I get back to the house. So we're doing a little exercise run here. So the vehicle ran fine up until, this morning we came out to a dead battery. I do not know exactly, what caused the dead battery, but my suspicion is over here you have a number 1 and a 2. You can't really see it on video. You got a number 1 and 2 for memory seats. Yesterday, the number 1, like, you would touch it, you're supposed to have like a, I don't know if it's called haptic feedback, I think that's what it is. It'll vibrate. It was not registering to touch at all for driver's seat position number 1. And then when I would get out, number 2 would give haptic feedback, but it still wouldn't actually go and register to change the seat to number 2. And when I was getting out of the vehicle yesterday, and right here in the menu, it said something about trying to go to driver's seat number 1. It seemed like it was kind of like glitching out. So my theory is there was something not happy with the computer or the seat circuit, that while the vehicle was not running the whole night, I believe it was kind of glitching out and trying to do something with the seat, causing a parasitic draw. That's my theory. Since having the battery completely die and then recharge it, I pressed the number 1 button over here, and it's working normally now. So my theory now is, as long as that's working correctly and there's no other draws, I probably won't have a dead battery again. That'll further confirm my theory if later down the road I start having those seat issues again, and it causes the battery to go dead overnight. So we'll just have to see how that plays out for now. Just a quick overview of other issues I've had. Right now, all of the heated elements are doing okay. The heated seat and the heated steering wheel. I was having a common issue with these Grand Wagoneers where the heated seat after a couple minutes would just go off. So that's kind of hit or miss. So the other problem is the windshield. You're probably not going to be able to tell maybe You can tell. But the windshield is warped. So it's kind of like if you go to a fun house and you have one of those wavy mirrors, you look through it, it'll make you sick driving if you're scanning across, the window like this. So the windshield, the heated seat, and when I towed with the vehicle, and this might have been a user error, I might have had too much weight in the back, I got a, what's it called, a height adjustment not permitted due to payload. And it came up here on the menu. Basically, it drew a fault saying that I had too much weight on the back when I was towing. And Mopar, Fiat, whoever, in their genius right minds have it to where if you do that, it shuts your air suspension down. So basically, see, I'm in position 2, it's in aero mode. But when your air suspension faults and it shuts all the way off, you'll either get stuck in the position it was in, or it'll just not work, the compressor won't come on, and you'll eventually end up all the way down with a slammed vehicle all the way on level 1. And it does not ride very well around town on level 1. I can tell you that from experience. So the only way to get this air suspension fixed or the fault cleared is to go to the dealer, and they have to go in and they can clear it. It's not something where you can just hook up, your average scan tool and clear the codes. Trust me, I tried. So that wraps up my issues so far. Yesterday we had a very passive or minor issue. The passenger screen would not come on, which is the first time we've had an issue. That's actually been working really, really well up until that point yesterday, but we've just got it on now. There's a thing you can do. So if you look, there's a volume button right there, like a volume knob on the left, and you have like a tune knob over here on the right. What you do to reset the infotainment system, and sometimes this can fix other things, like if you're having something else buggy, everything kind of runs through this. Take the volume knob and the tune knob, push them in both at the same time for about 15 seconds. This will reset this whole screen and the infotainment system. We did that, and that cleared our issue. The screen came right on and no problems. We use a Fire Stick. We plug in the HDMI port down there, and we use the AT&T in-vehicle hotspot. And so far, we've had pretty decent luck with that. I've seen some people have some issues with it, but ours has been working all right. Knock on wood. So that's it for today's issues. And I hope things get better. We've had this vehicle for not even 3 weeks. We did buy it used. We bought it certified pre-owned. So it checked all the boxes for Jeep and everything, and we got the extended warranty. But I would like to not have to use the warranty all the time and enjoy the car, because despite the issues, it's hard to hate the car. This thing takes off like a rocket. It's so fun to drive, so smooth. The interior is just beautiful and very comfortable. Despite these little gremlins, we love the vehicle. It's got best-in-class legroom in the third row. Everything about the car is beautiful. It's just some of these small gremlins, they can add up and really make your ownership kind of a nightmare. And it's a real shame, because there's a lot of good things going on here in this vehicle. I love the speaker system. It's got a 23 speaker Macintosh speaker system. I love it. The active, I'm not going to get into all this. I'm going to do a separate video kind of the vehicle, like an overview, my review, what I like, what I don't like. So that's it for this video. I just wanted to tell you guys about some of the problems I'm having. If you're having problems with your Grand Wagoneer, put it in the comments. If there's videos of something you want to see, I'm more than welcome to do them. If you're having an issue, maybe I can look in mine and we can kind of compare. So just drop whatever you want in the comments, and I will pay attention and maybe make some more videos that you guys want to see. Thanks for watching.